Well, here we go. 2023 new season, dual race at Daytona. Yours truly in 29 car, mobile, Dell vac, custom made by yours truly, of course. Thank you. I like it. I think it's parody. Not really going to broadcast, just hang out and talk. Probably do a few things or whatnot, just because it's fun to do. Enjoy it. On up front, got the 12, the 34, and the 23 top three cars. With the 5, and it looks like the 20 to round out the top 5. The 45 running in the back, because this dual race, there's only 20 cars in this one. Got the overhead view. Actually, has a pretty fun little short race. It's only 24 laps. I just shut down 24 laps, small dual race. Going to do the 500 next. Going to do the whole season. Finally, been waiting a long time to do this. Finally, going to try to do it without getting interrupted. If I got 3 viewers, great. With the side window view. Say this is the 47 car riding on board the 47. Going into the corner. Them deep banks of Daytona. You can really feel them. Right in front of this. Back in the pack seat, we'll sit back here and watch the race in action as it unfolds. Here comes yours truly up behind him in the 29. Gonna put a little bit of Dale on him. Decided to do me a Ford this season, keeping the 29 number. A lot better at riding in the pack now. Actually, I think I use veteran setting. I turned something off, turned it to manual, which made it custom. And it says veteran setting. I forgot what I turned off. I have to go back and look. I did put manual transmission on it. Got 5 gears in them, and which makes it a custom car configuration. And I run the car itself not all the way tight, going right from the tight. Handles pretty good. It don't sway. Get loose with it, or at least the experience I've had, set up loose, it sways. You end up getting wrecked in the pack. You can't handle the pack. Draft is terrible. It just wobbles. But if you put it on almost all the way tight, it actually is pretty stable. Riding up on the wall is still a little bit tough for me to do, and I do use complex damage, so it will blow a tire if you hit the wall. It's actually something I'm starting to like a lot once I'm getting more used to the handling of these particular cars and getting able to keep them straight. I do turn up some of the other features of it, like I'd have to go back and look because I've not messed with the settings in a long while, but I go back and look where I keep it at. I did find a place where I like it. And the cars, I can get to where I can run closer to them, and I have a lot more fun with this. So I decided to start me a whole season finally. Maybe I can get this accomplished for a change. Oh, got the back. Oh, got the fast forward going. Gonna have to learn how to slow it down. That's cool. Got reverse. You can see the replay. One time, so there we go. That's about where it's supposed to be. think it is. The 12 car is actually currently the leader. The 34 and the 23 still 5 and the 20 still top 5. I think pretty much the race up front stays this way. I didn't run with the front pack. I was with the second pack, but I was leading the second pack. But I never quite made it to the front pack. They got away from us. I do turn. I gotta go back, but there's one of these things I turn up all the way, like the AI setting. Now I crank it up all the way, so the cars go fast. They actually get pretty tough to pass, and some of your road courses are a nightmare, just an absolute nightmare. And you don't go nowheres. Like the Daytona road course, I don't even put it on here. I don't even start putting like the Daytona road course. I don't even do that this season. That was a terrible road course. I mean, I don't know. It was more of a scenic thing than it was actually fun. It was just monotonous as shit. This Gen 7 season on here is actually it's all right. The cars handle fairly well. They still, I don't know. It's like they got a lot of torque. If they get loose on you, you got to let off the gas. Just let it straighten itself out. Hopefully, don't hit nothing in the process. But other than that, yeah, it was a fun race. Enjoyed it. Going back in the other pack. Yeah, I'm running with these three right here. I remember this. I think I get tied up this 51 here in a minute, or maybe the 14 kind of corners me. I'm not sure. Maybe I could come down. It could be right here where I get a little. I have to get off of it because the car wanted to back in, wanted to step out, and start going towards the wall. And getting between cars like that, man, it's hard to keep it straight. It is. It's tough to keep it right on, locked on the car in front of you. I guess I don't know if it's the diffusers. I don't know what it is. If it's just a game, if it's I don't know. But it is hard to run directly behind somebody when you're real close to them. You got to really be pedaling the gas and trying to keep a little distance because you don't do no good. You run up on them, him in the back, your car just wobbles and slaps the wall, blows a tire, and that's pretty much show's done. That's all she wrote. So when I'm on this, man, as I'm off that gas, when it started leaning towards that wall, I was just back down the track for me. I'm letting them have room because they're making me nervous. Because this game's a lot more touchy about running next to people. You get the effect of the dead air and the different drafts and all that, and it really affects your car in a lot of different ways. And like right there, I'm trying my best just to run behind them, but the car just wanting to wobble. Probably could have turned it up to click tighter. If I had a chance to pit, I could probably change some tire pressures, and they give you some options in the pits to mess with wedges and track bars and stuff like that. But I never. It's only 24 laps. We never had a chance to pit. Back up with the top five. Looks like pretty much the same running order. I have noticed a lot more passing on this game, and the AI cars compete a little bit tougher with you and not intentionally wrecking you, which is pretty much was the biggest problem. Last time I played, I ain't played it in a while. I just picked it up about 2 days ago and try it one more time. Had the Gen 7 cars on it, so I said, alrighty. And you got to do your own custom paint schemes, which I like paint booths, man. I enjoy that shit, so it's a bonus for me, so I'm going to do my season on it. See, I'm caught up here in this pack, so we caught up to them three cars I was running with. We caught up to that other pack, and I just hang on. I just bottom feed, just bottom feeder, straight bottom feeder. Got around all of them, and I pretty much stay that way to the end of the race. Next race will be the Daytona 500. I might put some dirt racing highlights on here and some truck racing highlights and stuff like that, but yep, got to have my very own car. Just makes it that much better. And I'm going to try to keep a bunch of different designs. This is going to be my primary paint scheme. I got 3 more paint schemes I'm running. I've made 3 more schemes for this season. One of them is one that's already been seen. It ain't nothing new. But I got one more I'm going to make. I just got to think exactly, because it's time consuming. 5 hours of my life, 6 maybe. But I'm going to do Percy Diamonds. It's an adult product. That's all I'll say about that. But it would make a real cool paint scheme on a car. So that's what I'm going to do. And really, it's real similar to how you do the Plus for the Goodwrench car. All the same shapes to be used. So see how this turns out. The diamonds are neat. The diamonds are going to be fun. If I can make them look right, they're going to be real neat. So that's going to be one of my cars this season, towards the end of the season. Those who are interested in watching my custom 2023 season, the Gen 7 package, and hanging out with me, and you know, might just have some fun. Watch some decent sim racing, e-racing, whatever you want to call it. Looks like they've been a change to the front pack. This 30 car looks like he has fallen behind or taken commanding lead. The 45 cars come up through the pack. He's no longer running dead last. See, I got away from this pack right here. I'm running actually between 2 packs. I never let off the gas neither after my tires finally warmed up, which these tires are different. These tires take some time to warm up, but when they do warm up and they finally grab it, they take off. And that's what I did. I took off on this pack here, and I never could catch the second pack. I was caught in between them. This pack would catch me a little while, then I'd get away from them. They'd catch me for a little while, I'd get away from them. And the front pack just stayed a dot. I never was moving closer to them, so I think this pack kept on lagging me behind or something. I don't know. And another thing is the turbulence around traffic. The more traffic, the worse it gets. You have to get between 2 cars. You're just pretty much just quarter gas. You ain't putting it all the way to the floor, because that car's pulling you, and the one behind you is going to be pushing you. So I just barely push the gas when I'm in the pack, and the car stays fairly straight. It's fairly easy, but you start putting a lot of gas into it, man, it starts getting wobbly and gets hard to handle. You gotta be real careful about passing. Passing takes a lot of time, unless you can get a good run and just slip underneath 2 or 3 of them. Now, you can do that, but tracks, the mile-and-a-half tracks, they get pretty tough. They get right tough. I'm gonna have to go do Las Vegas. It's gonna be my next track after Daytona. I might even do a little dirt racing, have a little dirt race on board, then do my cup race. Got all kinds of paint scheme ideas I'm going to do this season. I really have. I've been sitting back for a while thinking, and I'm going to have several I think that are going to be real neat. This is going to be 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th through 20. That's 9 through 20 right there. And then the front pack is, but this is 9 through 20. This pack of cars that you're currently watching right now. kind of stay in a distance between this pack. I mean, they catch me for a minute. I kind of keep a steady gap, but they, like I said, they do catch up to me at certain points. And another thing, when you hit that yellow line, it's slick. I mean, it just pushes you right back on the track. If you got somebody next to you, that's pretty much show over. Not a whole lot you can do. There's no aggressive. You ain't getting aggressive with this wheel. It's real. It's just barely bumping the toggle on the controller. You get aggressive with this thing, it's going sideways. It's inside of the tracker. You're out of the race. And another feature I like, it will kick you out of the race if you damage your car too much. If you turn that feature on, it will pretty much tell you show's done. It gives you a penalty and disqualifies you is what it does. And if you slap the wall just a little bit at all, it depends on your setting. I noticed when I had it on expert, I started out, I done all my practice on expert setting, which is pretty complicated, I must say. But when you hit the wall, just as soon as you hit it, as soon as you does that noise there, they calling you back in the pits. But when you put it on veteran, it'll take just a little bit of abuse, but it won't take too much abuse. Scrubbing the wall, it don't blow it. But if you tap the wall, if you crinkle into the wall, you crinkle the fender into the tire, it does blow the tire. But it gives a little bit more mercy on the amount the tire will take. The competition was plenty good. They was I had to take my time getting to where I was at. I was hoping I'd catch them because they was finally catching me, and I was getting some speed off of them. I wanted to let off the gas a little bit and just let them catch me, but I was scared because I was going backwards on this game, man, with all that swaying. When you get in that dead zone between them cars, that dead air, whatever it is, you get them boxes trying to go backwards, not hit nobody. It's tough. It's a chore. So worst case scenario, if I know I'm gonna get past, I just go high and let them have it because going backwards here is just Daytona's pretty tough on this game. Daytona's totally different, and you're really using your throttle to keep your car straight in the pack. I found out that was the trick for sure. And you can't say it. I don't use loose, and I get loose getting that. You get a little out of shape when the car's loose. It's hard to get going. It's that front pack. Looks like the top four. Looks like that 34 car is the one that dropped off. So he must have wound up at that other small pack I could barely see way in front of me. Because this top fours right here, they got quite far away from us. They about half track away from us. So I knew catching them within that short time wasn't going to happen because, yeah, I got the AI turned up. It runs pretty quick. It's not quite all the way, but I got it almost all the way. So that 12 got in that 7, and then up in the wall. There it is. Well, the next will be the Daytona race.